the highlight of the weekend was undoubtedly, let's bring it on, the game on the South Coast at St. Mary's. Mauricio Pochettino coming back to Southampton, to his old club, but sadly having to sit to the right and behind of Daniel Levy, and next to a lady who I've never seen before, but who looked a little bit like someone who had been touted as the next headmistress for a dodgy school. Southampton 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Mate, I tell you what, you don't have to say anything at all. Let's just get straight stuck into this. And you're giving me a lot of license here, because I was going to try to be as partisan as I possibly could and be as kind as I possibly could. But the truth is, Southampton haven't been able to beat Spurs for donkey's years. So this one was a particularly, I'll be honest, it was particularly sweet. Now, I'll set the scene. The kickoff was at 2:00 in the morning down here in Melbourne. So I stayed up for it. And after the first half, where Tottenham should have been 7-0 ahead, we were only 1-0 ahead, 1-0 behind. And I was falling asleep. I then proceeded to text Dave and say, I'm going to bed. I've had enough of this crap. We're playing extremely badly. And I believe Dave thought that I had actually gone to sleep and that I wasn't going to watch the second half, which has been a sort of touch, a sort of Midas touch. You know, if I don't watch the game, then Southampton win, you know. And but the truth is, I actually somehow managed to stay awake, although I fell asleep during certain points of the second half, until Southampton scored the equaliser through a rather comical Valerie goal on the back post, where 3 defenders from the Tottenham Hotspur side decided that they didn't want to clear a bobbling ball that was coming through. It was very, very comical. Valerie scored. It was 1-1, and suddenly it was time for Southampton to step it up. Up steps James Ward-Prowse, touted by many apparently as the next David Beckham, although we can talk about that in a second. I don't think he is. But a mini Letizia, I think he was mentioned on the BBC's Match of the Day. Up steps James Ward-Prowse to do a repeat of what he did at Old Trafford the week before and slam it past Lloris. 2-1 final score. Southampton beating Tottenham to dent their Champions League chances for next year. Not that that was our priority. That's my bottom line. Control B, Control U. That is what I'm sort of saying here, because I don't want to make an enemy out of my good friend Dave over there, who's a Tottenham fan and who is about to tell us all the crap that's going through his mind. Go.
Did you know that Danish has 9 vowel sounds?
Are you talking about the culture and the people, or are you talking about the food?
No, I'm talking about the language. Danish has 9 vowel sounds, which is one of the reasons that English speakers find it so hard to speak Danish. Because in English, we only have 5 vowel sounds. So imagine having like almost double the amount of vowel sounds, and you're not really able to tell the difference between like one vowel sound and another vowel sound, which means that you don't really get good at speaking it. 80% of English as a first language speakers who move to Denmark never get like past basic Danish. Unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. Isn't Christian Eriksen Danish?
Fuck you.
Welcome to the football podcast, not the languages podcast. Nice attempt for a getaway.
Oh, well
no
played.
Chance.
Well played.
Pull you back down. Pull you back down. All right, mate, we'll do it quickly. All right, we'll do it quickly. I'll put out the old misery thing. And look, let me just put it into perspective just a little bit here. You guys are fighting for Champions League. We're fighting for survival here, okay? The win that we got against Tottenham, you know, had we not won, we would have been in the relegation zone. Have a little bit of pity. Have a little bit of sympathy. Give us 3 of your points, please, at least. You guys are still in a great position to be able to qualify for the Champions League. All right?
You can have them. You can have them, but I just want you to know that it's not about Tottenham qualifying for the Champions League.
Okay.
It's about It's about two of Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester United not
All
qualifying
right.
for the Champions League.
All right. Okay.
That's what it's about. Like, I think we can all agree that we want
Yep.
to keep those scummy bastards out of Europe's premier competition.
You basically want to remain the first and best team in London, right? That's the whole thing. That's the whole plight and fight of it
Mate,
all.
we're not talking about Brexit here with a 48-52% net where people can't think of it. This is one of those things where the whole world pretty
Order.
much unanimously agrees that you don't want Chelsea and Arsenal playing on anything other than Thursday nights.
That's horrible. Who would wish such a horrible thing on anyone? Nothing
Me?
more than playing on Thursday nights. It's what you get. That's all you get. Nothing else.
Nothing.
All right. Well, let's go over it very quickly from a professional standpoint and professional point of view, shall we? What happened to Tottenham in the second half of the match, so that we can just get it out of the way and we can talk about the rest of the Premier League and finish this off.
They lost.
They did. They lost rather abysmally. And you watched the whole of this match, of course, even though you and I conversed very minimally during it, because obviously it was a test of our friendship for probably years to come.
I was at a barbecue in the mountains getting drunk. I didn't even.
That's very true. When the match finished, I was ready to turn off my phone because it was 4:00 in the morning and it was time for me to go to bed. And I get a text message from Monsieur Le Dave over there, amply specifying the words "fuck you,"
Mm-hmm.
and that was it. So can you imagine? Just before
the very point
Yeah.
of communication is to take the emotion that's sitting within you and deliver it unto a person who you think would benefit from hearing or reading that communication. I have fulfilled the basics of communication. My emotion at that time was fuck Jason. So I wrote to Jason, fuck you. Fulfilled.
It wasn't my fault. It wasn't
Someone
my fault.
give me a certificate.
Oh dear.
No, you know why it was? It's because I knew that you'd done one of two things. Like, we were winning 1-0 at halftime, and clearly we're all over you. We should be doing like this is all reported what you had told me, and then you've gone, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, when you texted me that at halftime, I was like, that fucker. Wielding his if I go to bed power. And then what you actually did was even worse, because you wielded the I'm going to bed power, and then this is what must have happened. I'm not going to bed. I'll stay up. I'll get some ice cream. There you are, munching on your ice cream. Stay awake. And then Valerie scores, and you think, yes, come on, yes, let's text it. Oh, hang on. If I do that, I'll lose the gone to bed power.
Yes.
No, I must keep the gone to bed power. I will put the phone back down, and I will continue to eat my ice cream. James Ward-Prowse is just so yes. Come on. Text him. No. There's still time left. I could lose the gone to bed power. Eat the ice cream, Jason. Eat the ice cream. Full time. Yes. Let's text him. Fuck you. He's too quick.
That's exactly how it